Hello, and welcome to Time Between Times storytelling with me, Owen Staton. It's been a while, but I'm back. Been busy. Loads of new tales on the podcast. New tales most Sundays on Twitter Spaces. Please feel free to join me there. I also do another podcast, Spectre of the Sea. Been a busy man, but I've missed this. I've missed speaking to you every week, bringing you a tale. And here I am on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, everyone. Nadolig Llawen. So before we do anything, let's sit back. Let's relax. Let's take time to banish all thoughts that busy our minds and relax at the time between times. The time when it's neither night nor day, but the sun has gone and the sky is grey. The time when the veil between our world and the fairy world grows wafer thin. So thin that for a few moments, and just a few moments only, you can reach into their realm. And for a few moments, they can reach into ours. Now is the time that people see lights in the sky. Now is the time that people see fairies. Now is the time of the Tylwyth Teg. So join me as we journey to Tintern Abbey, a beautiful old ruin full of soul and story, stretching to the sky. It has stood there for hundreds and hundreds of years. So many tales. But this one happened quite long ago, back in 1849. A lady called Mary Hughes was attending a Christmas mass there. People had gathered outside, candles all fluttering in the sky. The stars were clear, and the time between times was thin. The crowd were all singing and joyous, for tomorrow was Christmas Day. Tomorrow was that day that everyone looks forward to all year. And even then, gifts were plentiful, food was fine, and everyone enjoyed. But she was distracted. But as the people sang, as the joy was passed around, as everyone hugged, kissed, and wished each other the compliments of the season, a voice spoke in her head, a voice she could not silence. My fate is bound in this abbey. I have lain here many years. My name is all but forgotten, my life story told with tears. His name was Haragath. He was an old Saxon warrior. His body had been buried in the grounds of Tintern many years ago, without a headstone, without a name, and he had been long forgotten. Mary went home that night, back to her house. As she sat reading by the fireplace, the voice again came to her. This is the last chance I have. Please go to the Abbey and offer 3 prayers for me before midnight tonight, so that I can rest in peace. She looked outside. The night was clear, it was bitterly cold. The walk there around 2 miles. I will do this for you as a Christmas gift, she said. She put on her coat, carried a lantern, and headed down the lanes back to the Abbey. Now it was silent, now it was quiet, and only the shooting stars kept her company. She walked into the ruins, each of them casting long shadows, dark place. But something about it made her feel good. Something about it made her feel fine. Something about it made her feel like her purpose was here at this time. And she knelt where the altar once stood and gave a prayer for Haragath, long forgotten and fallen. She walked away, came back, said another prayer for this soul long forgotten. Then a third prayer for the man buried without a name here in the Abbey, without a stone, without a story, without a tale. And then she headed back to her house. She sat in the chair. Candle flickered suddenly, and the voice came once more. For 1,000 years and more, I have lain unknown under the grass of the Abbey. But now I can leave, thanks to you. That is the greatest Christmas gift that anyone could ever give me. And my blessing is given to you. And with that, the voice faded away and disappeared. From that point on, Mary never heard it again, until many, many years later. An old woman, she walked down the lane on Christmas Eve, going to the Abbey in order to sing once more. As she took a bend in the path, a figure caught her eye on the edge of the forest. His clothing was old, his beard was big, and he stepped out and stood in front of her. All those years ago, you said a prayer for me. 3 times you called my name, and now I sleep soundly. Near the Abbey, there is a small stone wall. Look at the 3rd stone down, which is white and shines out from all the others. Take it out, and inside is my thanks. With that he vanished. She made her way to the Abbey, looked along the stone wall, and surely, just as the spectre had seen and said, there was the old white stone. She pulled it out of the wall, and inside was a box of gold coin. Gold coin worth hundreds and hundreds of pounds. She gave it to her children, who gave it to her grandchildren, and all of them lived wealthy, happy lives. And it is said that even today, on Christmas Day, a benefactor mysteriously gives money to the preservation of the Abbey in the name of Haragath. That, my friends, is the swift story of the spirit of Tintern. I share it with you today on Christmas Eve. I want to thank everyone who has supported me this year. It has been a fine, tremendous year for stories. If you wish to buy me a coffee at this time of the season, please do www.ko-fi.com/Owen Staton. Diolch yn fawr am gwrando. Thank you for listening and for being here always at the time between times. The time when it's neither night nor day, but the sun has gone and the sky is grey. Nadolig Llawen, from Richard the Ghost, from myself, and thank you very much. Take care.